Number 1. Mrs. Hernandez tosses a coin 3 times. Which diagram represents a sample space of the 3 tosses? A, B, C, D. Number 2. Mrs. Zuniga's little brother has a toy box that contains 2 blue race cars, 1 green race car, and 1 red race car. Mrs. Zuniga removes 2 race cars from the toy box without looking. If Mrs. Zuniga removes a blue car first and does not replace it, which best represents the sample space for the cars Ms. Zuniga removes? A, B, C, D. Number 3. Mrs. Arellano has 2 pairs of jeans, 1 pair of khakis, and 2 pairs of black pants she wears to school. She also has 2 red shirts, 2 white shirts, and 1 gray shirt from which to choose. Mrs. Arellano wears jeans and a gray shirt on Monday. If she does not wear clothing item more than once during a week, which list represents a sample space for Mrs. Arellano's outfit for Tuesday? F, G, H, or J? Number 4. Mrs. Green draws a card from a standard deck. If the card is not red, she rolls a standard die. If the card is black, she flips a coin. Which of the following tree diagram correctly displays the sample space for Mrs. Green's experiment? A, B, C, or D? Number 5. Mr. Phelps receives a treat bag. The bag contains 10 gumballs, 5 pixie sticks, 2 bracelets, and 3 chocolates. If Mr. Phelps selects 3 items from the treat bag without looking and gives them to Mrs. Tiller, which could not represent a possible outcome for the items Mr. Phelps selects? F, G, H, J. Number 6. Matthias answers 5 true and false questions on a practice test for his driver's license. Which experiment could Matthias use to simulate answering the questions on the test? A, B, C, D. Number 7. Abraham chooses 1 of 4 vegetables and 1 of 6 fruits to purchase each week at the farmer's market. Which simulation could Abraham use to represent his choices? A, B, C, D. Number 8. The table below shows all of the possible outcomes of rolling 2 dice. If Mrs. Fernandez were to roll 2 dice 48 times, about how many times could he expect to roll doubles? A, 18 times. B, 12 times. C, 8 times. D, 6 times. Yeah. Number 10. A random sample of students surveyed at Conley Middle School shows Number 10. A random sample of students surveyed at Conley Middle School shows students that 15 students like steak fingers, 35 students like hamburgers, and 25 like pepperoni pizza. If there are 345 students enrolled at the middle school, which proportion can be used to determine the number of students at the school that will like hamburgers? F, G, H, J. Number 11. Mrs. Zuniga surveyed 75 students to determine what grade they received in their mathematics class. Her findings are displayed below. If there are 675 students on campus, how many are more likely going to receive a B in math? A, 540 students. B, 135 students, C, 90 students, D, 60 students. Number 12. Conley Middle School is preparing for a luncheon. They randomly surveyed 20 teachers to determine which food they would like to eat at the luncheon. The results of the survey are shown below. Conley employs 240 teachers. Based on the survey's results, how many teachers would likely want tacos at the luncheon? A, 108 teachers. B, 70 teachers. C, 124 teachers. D, not here.